Okay, so I didn't know if everybody knew who Onision was, and while I wait for Steph, because Steph's getting ready to come up, I wanted to, oh my gosh, let you guys know what he is famous for. Well, I mean, no, not what he's famous for. How he got famous was the freaking banana song. And it was a different time back then, though. He's, been here for like 14 years, and like the rave stuff was in, and the weird, catchy music and all that. And I know I'm a little bit early, so I'm just waiting on a few people. It's got a wellness check. You did, Boston Kitty Cat? Why? What are you talking about? Like somebody called them on you? What the frick? Yeah, he is okay, Mike. He is a very he's special. I'm waiting on Steph. I don't want to start too early. Like I don't want to start without her, but she was in his Patreon and she Skyped with him a few times and she used to really like Onision. So I definitely wanted to, but I want to give her like a chance to get here to I don't want to tell her story. But she'll be here in just a second. I'm just a few minutes early. Did I understand that right about your wellness check, BKK? Like somebody called the cops on you? Like, to your house, like somebody from here, or I'm sorry, it's so hard to understand things in chat from chat. You know what I mean? I hope you're okay. Did you guys? Okay, so while we're waiting on Boston Kitty Cat to let us know what happened, does everybody know who Onision is? Like, I don't really want to do the whole history of Onision. I mean, I'm going to talk about some of it, of course, but I don't want to go over everything about Onision, but I will if some people don't know who he is. Hey, Carlos. Okay, so you know who he is, Brandy. Mike knows who he is. I know Starlight knows who he is. Oh no, yeah, he's not. It's weird. I'll be listening. Yeah, it's he got I can like before let me message Steph and tell her I went a few minutes early. Hold on. She might be getting ready. I'm excited to hear from her because she was like a Patreon. You know what I mean? She was talked to Anicia on Skype and stuff. So he is definitely it's okay, Roma. Thank you. I'll explain about it in a minute. And I think we have some clips that we might play too. But basically, okay, everybody here knows who Chris Hansen is, right? Um, okay, hold on, let me give her the link. Sorry. So sorry. I thought I did. Hold on a sec. Onision has had nothing but controversy, like seriously the entire time. Basically, he's been here, but he has been accused of grooming, which everybody knows what grooming is, right? Like it's when you know, I mean, he purposely waited until somebody that he lived with um turned 18 and he pretty much just prepared like it's like oh god it's so gross basically just prepared her for when she turned 18 and they end up having sex and he is married to a transgender Kai. I don't know what Kai goes by now, but um Kai all of a sudden came out and said they were transgender a few years ago and they're married. I'm sorry, he disappeared. And I'm sorry, I'm not doing that on purpose. Like was saying I don't watch Kai. And when I did watch Kai was still female. So it's a little tricky for me, but I'm not doing that to be disrespectful. So Kai just like couldn't take the pressure basically and left social media because Kai was getting roped into it. But he met Kai when she was like, I think 15 and he was in his mid 20s. And they ended up getting married like against the will. Like her family did not want them to get married. It's a whole crazy story. Oh, emoji girl, yeah, he's bad. Yeah, I don't know, maybe they were maybe they were. Mike, he's not a good. It is so gross. Like I feel disgusting even talking about it, to be honest. Like it's like what, ugh, he's just a creep. He's been accused of grooming. When you know what, actually let me pull the article up while we're waiting for Steph. She's going to be here in 1 minute. I'm going to pull the article up about his demonetization. Hold on a sec. All right, so it says YouTube demonetized Onision for violating its creators' responsibility policies off the platform. The company confirmed to Mashable. Onision, whose real name is Gregory James Jackson, is a controversial YouTuber who has been accused of abuse and grooming by at least 6 women. And there was a documentary done, which I think that's what finally pushed him, because Chris Hansen had done like a whole segment on nothing but Onision like last year. And so now he has a documentary done about him, and now they finally, demonetize him after all of that. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit mute. I was talking and I'm mute. So, anyways, he had like when they were at. There's been a whole anti Onision community, literally, basically, uh, for like 12 out of the 14 years he's been here. It's been nobody, like everybody saw he used to do these things. He used to do these little segments, and it would be like rate my body. Um, so these like teenage girls would send their pictures in and have him rate them, and he would like call them fat and ugly and nasty, and they would be just normal girls, nothing big. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're big, that's still gross, right? But I mean, he would make these girls like are coming out now, like, I sent him pictures and he totally humiliated me in front of millions of people. And, they were teenagers. They looked up to him like, oh, it's so gross. And then with Eugenia Cooney, she's a YouTuber who has a very bad eating disorder, horrible eating disorder. And he like makes fun of her all the time. Like he makes pictures where she looks quote unquote normal. And oh, it's bad. It's disgusting. I can't even believe that it took this long, really.
Hello.
And
how you doing?
Hey, Steph, how you doing?
Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Have you gotten into anything yet, or just?
I just touched base. I didn't get into anything too deep. I just talked a little bit about Eugenia. I talked a little bit about the rate my body stuff, and the anti-O's, and a little bit about Chris Hansen, but not really. I just wanted to like give a, we'll talk over. I don't know where to start.
Hey, Mike. Hi, Brandy.
Yes. Right. Okay. So that he filmed his toddler had fallen from the window.
Yeah.
And he filmed himself at the hospital.
He actually filmed. So after she was on the ground, he filmed her laying there.
Yes. He filmed her laying there, and then he filmed later at the hospital. You're right. Yes.
He did film later at the hospital, but a police officer came out and actually said he thought it was odd when he got there. Onision was mostly concerned with proving to the officer that he wasn't near the child when it happened.
Yes, you're right.
Onision's defense was that he wanted them to be aware of everything, of how it had happened and everything that had happened afterwards, but he was actually more concerned with covering his ass.
Yes, with cover, like, okay, I do get that he gets a lot of shit, so he's going to want to hurry up and cover his ass. And he filmed at the hospital basically, like, real quick to give it. I kind of, okay, I get it because
you want them to know.
Right.
And you want them to be aware of what happened.
Right. But that would be like later. Like, I wouldn't care, right? Like, if my kid fell out of a window, my mind is going, oh my God, my kid. Like,
well, what was weird about it was, so his studio at the time was in their garage.
Yes.
The window that the child fell out of was above the garage. The kid fell down, and he didn't hear nobody knew anything until he said he heard knocking on the garage door. So he went out the front of the house, saw the child, left the child alone, went and got Kai and a camera.
But yes, like, I get it that he gets a lot of hate, and they've had CPS there and all of that, but I just can't. That would be my second or third. I would just want my kid to be okay, and then I can show you everything later. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Let's get my kid taken care of, and then after that,
how about I don't need to defend myself unless there's an accusation.
Yeah, I mean, I get that he's kind of defensive. I hate him, but I will say he's gotten a lot of hate, but he brings it on himself. Like, the shit he does is like, so.
Well, unfortunately for Greg, he's done everything just about that he's been accused of.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that because what happened, his fan base was mostly like teens, but now the teens are grown and can tell that the stuff that was going on just wasn't okay, basically. Not that he did it to everybody, because he didn't do this to everybody, but he did, I mean, his freaking husband, now husband, was like 15 when they met, and
She was
she was a
yeah, she
fangirl,
was
super
15.
fangirl.
Yep.
Yeah,
She
super
had
fan.
been tweeting at him just about every day. And it wasn't until he was all the way done with Shiloh and that situation with Andrian had happened. He was alone. And so he responded to a fangirl. It was almost like he didn't care about building a relationship. He just wanted somebody that adored him. And he knew that Lainey at the time did.
Yeah, he totally like she would like tweet him. Somebody had done like a thing on it because a lot of those tweets are gone now. But
Oh,
there was like,
they're out there. You want me to find
yeah,
some?
yeah, they're out there, like other people have them, yeah. But I can't
I
remember
can
where the
find
video
some right
was
now
at.
if you want.
It was insane. She would just tweet him that she was in love with him and wanted to spend her life with him. And I'm talking before they even talked. Like she was totally obsessed with him. Um, yeah, I'm gonna talk about that too, Sen. That's kind of where I feel like his spiral started to happen was when Patreon. I mean, of course, the videos were fake, right? But I'm talking about overall because that's
I was a Patreon of Onision's, and I
yeah,
talked to him on Skype a couple of times. I think we
yeah,
Skyped about 3 times. I always thought that Shiloh was making it up. I did. I used to think that they made videos together, and then afterwards, it was real easy for her to spin the narrative that he
yeah. I
was
mean,
abusive or whatever. But
mhm.
I didn't believe her. It wasn't until right before they took his Patreon. I was a Patreon of his, BTS. I was
Yeah,
a Patreon of his when they took the Patreon.
I'm gonna show where he
And
had said that to you. Can I share your screenshot? It is okay, right?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I
I don't
just
think there's anything. There's no number on
no.
it.
Let me look over it one more time. But no,
My
no.
old email address used to be behind enemy lines because I didn't want anyone to know that I was a Patreon of Onision.
It's so sad. Yeah, it doesn't have anything. I checked. Like, there's nothing. It just has your old
Okay.
email. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right. So, that's when they wanted that I just wanted to show that she used to Skype them. This was he was asking her what time worked for her. So,
And
uh,
all of our Patreon communications disappeared when his Patreon went away. But that's in my old email. I found that.
yeah, I just wanted to show it just because you know how it is around here.
Yep.
Um, yeah, they're sharing Steph's channel too. She's starting to go live, so definitely step up to her.
Bluebird, he was 26 when he married Lainey, who was 17.
Yeah, he was 10 years older than her, so or 9, what
And he,
maybe almost 10 years older than her.
yep. And they went against her parents' wishes because her parents are kind of like, what is going on? And he moved to where she was going to college, and they lived in a house together while she was going to college. And it wasn't even, I mean, how long were they married before they got pregnant with their first kid?
How I cannot. I can't remember. I had all this written down. I can't even remember. It couldn't have been.
Okay.
Was it? How old is their oldest kid? Like 5?
I think they're, no, I'm pretty sure it's older than 5. I can look
Or
it up.
7? Maybe it's 7. It wasn't long after they got married, right?
Right.
Right. Okay, maybe because I will give him this. The one thing I'll give Onision is he has kept his kids offline. He does not. That's the one thing.
Yep.
No matter what you can say about him, he's a piece of shit, but they have kept their kids offline. They have. They don't. Their kids don't come online. So that's why it's hard for me to like remember anything about his kids because it doesn't stand out to me. He doesn't bring his kids online.
Yeah, it's not even in his bios. Like,
Yes.
you won't find anything about his kids.
Yeah, there's some other videos that have a better timeline. that have been like NCOs, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it's not like common knowledge. You have to actually, I had to actually look for some things about, when I was like looking over all this, and a lot of it's at Reddit too. So, my thing, okay, where do we want to start with Onision? Oh my God,
Okay,
there's
so it was
so
in
much.
2013, Lainey was pregnant with Onision's baby.
Okay, so they'll be 8 this year, right?
Correct. Right. And
Yeah.
then that was so the 3 years later is when he posted that first video, I betrayed my wife, and it was regarding the Billy situation.
Yes. Yeah, yes. He has
And
like
it was 3 at that time. And I'm pretty sure she had just had the second when that happened.
okay. Yeah, and to be clear, I think that Lainey Kai, I don't know what Kai goes by now. I think
Okay.
that she started out as I know she was a fangirl, but in some ways I feel like she became a victim, but now she's a predator, like
Right.
that's how I feel about her.
Well, if you take the similarities of what happened to
Yes, and yes, I agree.
Shiloh and
Mm-hmm.
compare it to what happened to Kai, Kai never got out.
And
When he
Kai
met
can't get out
Shiloh,
now.
she was very feminine. She was very independent. And then he slowly started stripping all that away, including her hair. Eventually,
Yes,
he shaved
and
her
she's like
head.
and she's like a Canadian rock star.
Right.
I
And
think
then,
that Shiloh's very problematic. I get it, but he did do her
well,
like
she's got
I don't know.
issues from it. She's not going to be. Did
Yeah,
you listen to
yeah.
when I went on the Tommy C podcast? Did you listen to it?
I only got to listen to part of it, and then my kids
Okay.
came in. My kids got home today, so I only got to listen to part of it. I'm gonna listen to the rest of it later too, because it was. And I listened to a lot of the stuff that you sent me. It's
Okay.
very sad. It is
Well, that
very
was
sad.
happening. That was all. I went on there when they were. He was part of that whole crew. That was
Mm-hmm.
dragging Shiloh back
Mm-hmm.
because Shiloh had told him. What's the one guy's name? Shit.
Billy
No,
no,
not him.
no,
This was
I
when
know, no, I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this
I'm
was all
thinking.
on Twitter.
Okay, so let me explain to people that don't know. There's an
Okay.
entire anti-Onision, literally anti-Onision group, and now there's even a group that really doesn't like his husband, Joe. Like they're basically the same, but they're not working with the documentary. Most of them, they don't want nothing to do with the documentary. So when we go into that, that's not the NTOs. This is so confusing. Like to try to explain.
Well,
Um.
some of
Oh,
them did. Like
yes,
Edwin's
like Edward's
generation, he
generation.
did work
Yes.
on
Yes.
the. Nicholas Diorio.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. 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 He worked with Chris Hansen. Yes. Okay.
No, he didn't. No. That he didn't work with Chris Hansen. Nicholas Diorio and Augie RFC are both YouTube
Wait. No. No.
commentators. They got into it with Shiloh
I'm
about
thinking of
the
the
whole
drunk guy.
Onision
Never mind.
situation,
No, sorry. I'm thinking of the laptop guy. My bad. Hey, Kimberly.
and
Sorry. My bad. I was the
they were
other guy.
dragging her
Mm-hmm.
for what she had said to him on Twitter, and they were doing live after live, video
Yes.
after video after video.
Yes.
When she's a victim of Onision, it forced her to basically go off the internet again. She couldn't be on Twitter anymore. She couldn't be on YouTube anymore. And it was something super petty. So when I was on that show, I was telling them, drop it. Just leave her alone. She took the L. She got off Twitter, stopped making videos about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the anti-O crew. Because
Yes.
Nicholas Yorio had an interview with Onision that he had to cut short because Onision was attacking the victims. Shiloh,
Yes. Yeah.
Sarah.
That's his go-to. Like every single person, especially Sarah and Shiloh, well, and Billy. I basically all the more well-known victims. He, will really speak out against, and it
He
makes
has
a
a
lot of
script.
people.
He has a
Yeah.
script that he sticks to
Yes.
whenever he talks about them.
Yeah, it's horrible to listen to him talk about those women. Like,
Yeah.
even if you don't like them, it's just the things that he says. It's horrible. It's like one Sarah, he made her, she was crying, saying, "I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this," and he made her say they didn't abuse her. They didn't groom her. Like
She came out with that video. Yeah.
yeah, and
Can
now
I
he uses it
screen share something?
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So this is about the Sarah situation. And it takes what he said back when Sarah was still living at their house, where he claims that he was a type of foster parent to her.
Yes.
And then it compares it to what he says later when people start pointing out that he was had an inappropriate relationship to her. Because once it started getting pointed out, he denied that he ever looked at her as he was her foster parent. I never looked at her like that. I was not a foster parent to her. But the problem with Greg over and over again is his own words get him every single time. And this is just with Sarah.
Do you remember, before I share this, do you remember when before she was even 18, her and Kai were laying in the bed, like all weirdly, they were cuddled, and they used to play those games and stuff together, like the big giant games, and it was very touchy-feely and very very flirty.
They filmed each other in the bathtub together.
Yes, yeah, and they were the one scene that like sticks out to me is the one in the bed where they were all cuddled up, and the girl wasn't 18, and they were supposed to be her legal guardians. They were her legal guardians. Like they took custody of her.
Now later, when she turned 18, they changed this relationship from being quote foster parents to her to having a sexual relationship with her and forcing her to sign an NDA.
Yes.
The NDA said that she would not go public with anything. It was to keep her from doing exactly what she ended up doing. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to push play. That's what I was going to ask you.
Can you hear it?
On.
Yeah.
Okay.
A person that we were temporarily like foster parents to, Sarah. And that was something that was perverted, like turned into something perverted by the internet. We never did anything weird with Sarah. We were just, I look at her as a little sister.
We kind of like just, I started kissing Kai, and then I would pull Sarah over to start kissing Kai too. And so Kai was no doubt caught off guard or something. And then, I would make love to Kai, and Sarah would be intimate too. So
they're all focusing on a person that we were temporarily like foster parents to.
Wow, that's disgusting.
And like so that just compares, how that's like the first clip is when she was there. She was 16 at the time. And the internet was already starting to go back at him and say, this is not right. This is inappropriate. There's something going on, especially between Kai and Sarah. Not so much Onision. But then later in those clips where he's in the white t-shirt with the long hair, that was right when Chris Hansen started coming at him. Yeah. And he made about 30 videos standing there in a white shirt. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he went into such detail about his relationship with Sarah. I mean, he spoke about how he wouldn't have vaginal sex with her. He would only have anal sex with her because Kai said, if you have sex with her, then you and I are done. And so he looked at it as he was getting away with it because he agreed not to have this kind of sex with her. But if I have this kind of sex with her, it's not cheating. He said all of that in those videos.
Yes, he has. They have a very weird relationship. Like Kai is always kind of Kai would do the rate the body things too with him sometimes.
Yep.
And people would trust Kai more because at that time she was presenting as a female. She was a female.
Yep.
And Kai's got sent in some fucked up photos and shit too, though. Like, I really think that she's turned into him.
That's the thing is, Onision has always been on top of the law. He'll be the first one to tell you. I kept from doing something illegal because I checked the laws first. First time he slept with Shiloh, she was 17. He drove to Pennsylvania because the legal age of consent in Pennsylvania is 17, not 18. So he knew he wouldn't be breaking the law. He's been like that ever since he was on YouTube. So when it came to the stuff that they can hold him legally accountable for, it's hard because grooming, there's not that many laws in this country as far as grooming goes.
No,
we just don't have them. Kai,
Didn't
on
he
the
go
other
to a
hand,
different state to
there are
marry
there are
Kai
legally
too?
yeah, he
Yeah.
went to New
Okay.
Mexico to marry Kai because
Oh,
the
okay.
legal age
I
of
was just
consent
making
was
sure. Yeah.
17. But
Yeah.
Kai, on the
Yes.
other hand, has broken laws. There is evidence of Kai having inappropriate conversations with teenagers in text messages. They have them. Sending inappropriate photos, asking for inappropriate photos back in text messages. They have them. So Kai disappeared when Chris Hansen got involved, fell off the face of internet everywhere. But Onision did not. He's so cocky because he knows, as far as the law goes, there's not very much that they could get him on. There's just not. He's made
No, Kai is actually going to be the one that has the downfall. Yes, he's made
And I
sure of it.
think-
He has done a good job
and I think
of
he
it.
will absolutely let her take the fall.
Absolutely. You don't hear her now, though. That's
No,
interesting to me that you don't even
she's
hear
disappeared
her.
since Chris Hansen got involved. Kai has disappeared. Hasn't said anything. Still has the Patreon though, I think.
Oh,
think
really?
she still-
She still
yeah.
has, or he still has a Patreon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does
That's
because the last message on there was I'm taking a break either
Hey, much
indefinitely or just for a short
Mhm.
time, but I'll keep you updated. And I'm almost positive that that message is still there and the Patreon's still going.
Yeah, and for a long time, right before Chris Hansen came, all Kai would do was the members only or the Patreon, videos. They had started to distance himself from the internet, but Kai abandoned a channel that has a lot of subs. Like they
Yeah.
just disappeared.
Well, Kai's
They got so
scared.
scared over this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kai's broken the law
me too.
blatantly. But then, like, you have to remember, not every law that's
Yeah, Kai's
broken or
broken the
every
law.
case.
Kai knows that
Yeah.
Onision's not going to save her.
But it comes down to your prosecutors. They're not going to prosecute everything.
No, and the thing is that I really, people have been begging. I've never seen so many people want somebody off of YouTube as they do Onision.
Yeah.
But now that documentary came out, they had to take action. They had to. My thing is they kicked Shane Dawson off. Yeah, he did some fucked up shit, but they kicked him off a year before they kicked fucking Onision off. And Shane didn't break any laws or wasn't married to people that were breaking law. You know what I mean? He's just a fucking dimwit. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like it is repulsive. It's totally fucking disgusting. I can't.
And there's so
In
many
my
reasons.
mind, I can't. Go
I've looked into why YouTube is so hands off. Because there's no way they didn't know. They took it once the special came out. But his abuse with Eugenia Cooney alone, there's no way they didn't know that was happening. There were hundreds and thousands
for sure.
of people letting them know that what he was doing to her was wrong. And they ignored it for so long. I'm going to find
They
this
just ignored it. He would
video.
make videos of what her body would look like normal. What's the one about the toilet where he went and he was
Here.
like,
You want to share this? I got it.
Yeah, we'll share this one. Hey, Long Island girl. We're gonna share this video, and I'm just saying, if you have ever had an eating disorder or it triggers you, walk away for a minute, because it's really bad. He's disgusting. He's fucking disgusting. Oh yes, I know, Sen. I know. Like, have you been? He's just walking around like he didn't do anything wrong either.
Oh,
With
and
fucking weird headdresses.
There's
that he's
actual
not even
laws that
doesn't
he's broken.
even need.
He's a rapist. He's a molester. Dobby Vanity is a molester. He's bad. He's left girls with their mouths cut open.
Yeah, for sure.
From being so physically aggressive with them.
Yeah.
Teenage girls. Okay. So this is a re-upload by somebody, so he can't, and he's not going to strike you. He doesn't have monetization anymore. There'd be no point. Is that me or you?
This.
Are you there?
Just explain it. Am I chopping up?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hold on.
This is an outfit that Eugenia, Eugenia is very
Okay,
goth.
yeah,
She
I'm
wears the
here.
black
If
and
I do that,
white.
it's just to see if.
Okay. She does the dark eyeliner, and so there's no doubt about who he's pretending to be. And she has if you don't know Eugenia, let me look up. You want me to show a picture of Eugenia Cooney first?
Oh yeah, maybe we should show a picture of her first.
All right, hold on. Just so you get an idea of, like, this girl is suffering. It's not a. Honestly, I wish she'd be off YouTube, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. Which
Eugenia Cooney, I don't even know. I don't even like to talk about her because I feel
Same.
bad. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what to say. Just please get help. Like that could be a whole damn series too. Like
Yeah.
oh, I
But
don't even know what to
her
say with
best
her.
friends had her put into a recovery center, and it was because of the law. They forced the law to to step in because her mother wasn't making any changes. Jacqueline Glenn, right? And now she went through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went through that whole system, and she's just back on YouTube, and she's still.
Well, okay, we'll play this. We can play this if you want to, and then after that I'll show a picture. We could show a picture of her. Okay.
All right, here you go.
But first, I'm gonna eat something on camera to prove to you guys that I do eat. Here are some cucumbers. Are you ready for me to prove you guys wrong, Freely the banana girl and Onision? I love cucumbers. See, I love food. So good for my tummy. So today I'm gonna cook some stir fry. We'll start out by grabbing a I did it! Gotta grab the pan. By the way, check out my outfit of the day. Crypt Keeper. How to get the bag of rice. Down here. Okay, so I just add the main food. Fingers. Flavor. Gotta wipe off my hand now. Wouldn't want to absorb the water calories. Here comes the moment of truth. Water flavored rice is
Okay, everybody said they get the point now, so we
Okay.
can turn it.
Well,
I don't
there's
Turn
also
it-
a part where
see that's Eugenia Cooney right
this
there.
is Eugenia Cooney.
Yeah, that's Eugenia Cooney, and she does the outfit. Like she always shows what she's wearing, and she does like
Try on hauls.
try on hauls. Yeah, and there's no doubt who he was talking about, right?
Right. Well, he said he was talking about her. If you look, he puts up PewDiePie.
Yeah.
He acts, he says, "Hi, I'm Eugenia Cooney."
Yeah.
And so what he would say is that he was doing this to try to show her what she looked like from an outsider's perspective. But at the same time, you can't do that without turning her into a mockery.
Making fun of her. Yeah, exactly.
He always thought his way was best, and this is psychology, and I'm gonna save Eugenia Cooney. And he would even go after her friends and say, "You're not doing anything. I'm doing more than you. You're not doing anything. At least I'm doing something," acting like this was going to help.
Yeah, and he did take credit for helping her after she got out of rehab or whatever. Yes, he did. And he even did another Eugenia video like 2 months ago, if that, before he got demonetized, like maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, did another freaking video on her.
Yeah.
I know, 180, it's disgusting.
He used to say, if Eugenia Cooney would personally ask me to stop, then I'll stop. And so her friends got her to email him, which took a lot because she didn't even want to do that. And she asked him to stop, and he did for a little bit. But as soon as she became, I guess, high in the algorithm, she was starting to get a lot of clicks. Her name was starting to get out there. He would drop a video.
Yeah, he he does these weird videos. I don't want to trigger anybody, but if anybody wants to go watch him after this, you can. But he would just like be like, "This is what you would look like normal. You're just beautiful in the face." Like all the things you don't fucking say to somebody that has an eating disorder.
Well,
Everything that you don't say.
Do you want to talk about the forums?
Yeah, yes, they do.
Okay, so before he got super popular on YouTube, before he was with Kai, I think, or maybe it was right when they first got together. He had Onision.com, and he would have open forums on there where you could start a forum like Onision judges my weight, or Onision says whether I'm cute or not. Onision guesses my age. And there would be girls putting their photos up on these forums, and you could tell that they were, 12, 13, 14. And he would guess their age, but they're racy photos. And so eventually people started calling it out because it was trash that he was putting photos of teenagers up on his YouTube channel and judging them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would do he would do the that's how, isn't that where the rape me thing started, in the forum, right? And he went to YouTube. Yes. And he actually tried to start like a little mini cult too. We got to talk about that, not to forget to talk about that, whenever you're done with this.
Oh God, his Onision Speak. Wait, did he lose monetization on Onision Speak?
He lost monetization on every single channel.
But he's leaving them up?
Yeah, they're up, but he's not I don't know why they're up. He's not getting any kind of monetization at all on any channel. They demonetize Bro, Onision Speaks, and Onision. He's not allowed to be monetized on any channel, and it seems like a permaban because it's not like you can reapply. Because I compared his email to my email that I got when I got demonetized. Okay, when I got demonetized, they said you're allowed to reapply in 30 days, and he didn't get that. They said they left it. Yeah, like they didn't say you can reapply X, Y, or Z. It seems like a permaban. I don't think he's coming back from this because, I mean, why would he? Hey, Dot. Oh my God, Monkey Mar.
Hi, Monkey Mar.
I
bet they would actually.
They're both pretty nuts, yeah. So yeah, after he lost his Patreon, and then he started like another website thing, and he is now on OnlyFans. How fucking cute, huh? He's on OnlyFans, so his last revenue.
He started his OnlyFans when his Patreon got deleted.
Yeah, and OnlyFans is separate from Google, though, correct? Like,
I don't think they're tied together.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I didn't think so. I couldn't find anything. I did look, and I didn't see anything that suggested or said that they were tied together. Hey, Batty.
Its own beast, and it has turned into a beast of a website.
Yes, it's just fucking nuts. Like
Avocado's over there showing his goods, which is ugh.
Yeah, they have every like major person now. Like Trisha Paytas is the top earner, or she was. I don't know if she still is.
She makes $1 million a month.
Could you imagine? And she's not. I mean, she's okay, but it's not like $1 million a fucking month. Like, are you kidding me?
She's dropping videos on there every day, and she shows it all. I mean, she, gets off with herself on there. She has threesomes.
I know everything.
It's all out there, yeah.
I think she settled down a little bit since she got engaged, but it's still. Oh, she hasn't?
No, she has not. She actually just asked him. Like one of her YouTube videos was titled "Asking My Fiance to Do an OnlyFans with Me."
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Then there's that. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, he did lie about his parents. Like this just came out in the documentary because there was a lot of. He had talked about his father being terribly abusive.
Well, his father finally, nobody's ever heard from his father. He finally spoke up in this documentary. And of course, he gives a more logical story of what had happened. Greg's is, I guess, from the imagination of a psychopath. But it was nice to finally hear from a logical, normal thinking adult what had happened between the two of them. Because before he claimed he beat the crap out of his dad. That's why he ended up in juvenile hall. I mean, Onision was in the Air Force, Army.
Yes.
He was in the
Yes.
Army.
Yes, he was. And
He was in
he
the
got,
Army.
yeah.
He was actually pretty high ranking. And then he became an MP. And once he was an MP, he hated his job, I guess. But then he was still on YouTube while he was in the Army. He was making videos against being in the military while he was enlisted. He ended up pretty much asked for them to discharge him, and they didn't fight it at all. They gave him an honorable discharge, and they let him go.
Yes, they let him go, and he has
happy
been.
birthday, figure skating coach!
Yes, happy birthday, happy 35th
Woo-hoo!
again, girl.
Happy birthday!
I'm gonna sing to you in a second. You know my beautiful singing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear coach. Happy birthday to you. Yes, I'm glad it all finally came out too, 180, because he has seriously had these people believing that like he had the worst father. He's horrible. I just don't even know. Like, oh my God, there's so much. Like, it's seriously, he's been doing this shit for 14 years on YouTube now. 14. And it's all been a lie or grooming or judging girls or, I was reading Reddit and it was really sad.
Yeah, you read the Reddit I sent you?
Yeah, and it led me to other Reddits.
Yep.
And I was reading these Reddits, like they were talking about these girls that are now, in their 20s or 30s, getting ready to be 30, and they have the body dysphoria because he made them feel fat, and they were like 140-pound regular size girls,
Well, here, can you actually? I'm gonna screen share this.
Yes, Bex, he is a father. Yep, I can screen share.
Two. He has two.
Yep, he has two kids, and I don't know. I look for him and Kai to roll out on each other because I didn't believe Chris Hansen's story, but now I'm like, well, we don't know what it could take a long time. Like, I don't really love Chris Hansen, but he did do that. He did. He has two kids.
If I had to guess, Kai's gonna disappear, and Kai's never gonna speak on any of it, ever.
Yeah, I don't look for her.
And if Kai was smart, that's what Kai would do.
Yes. Yeah,
it would be nice if Kai came out and teamed up with the girls, because Kai was a first-hand witness. But I don't see that happening. If you look here, this is from one of his forums, and this is from the sister of a girl. She says, Onision, on your recent video, I found my sister posing as a, quote, try-hard girl. She is the person at 2 minutes and 12 seconds with the Calvins. Please remove that video and re-upload it without her. There are many people at her school that watch your videos, and I don't want this one photo to ruin her reputation, as she is only 13 and shouldn't be posing that type of stuff online. I know you can't see her face, but she's popular and loads of people been to her room. Thank you, X. Then again, also, I'm not just doing this for her reputation, but for her safety. Hundreds of thousands of people will be seeing my 13-year-old sister's body, and that terrifies me. Greg, please edit her out. Now, this was back in 2016. Commentary videos have been made about this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even count the amount of commentators that have talked about this one situation. Mm-hmm. And the video is still up on his channel with her in it to this day.
Yep. And he
refuses to take it down.
Yep.
That's the kind of person that he is.
Yep. And that wasn't the only 13, 14, 15-year-old girl that he had in these videos. Like, Here, I have almost 11-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have kids. You have little, kids. And it's like $59 for a cameo. No thanks. And
yeah,
he does. Yeah. And he probably makes a lot of money. Like, people still love him right now.
All right. And then here's one. Okay. This is what implicates Lainey in all of this, because Lainey was a willing participant. But if you notice on the forum, the age of it is 16 plus.
Yes, his forums were 16 plus, not 18 plus.
This one here is actually Lainey's. What does Lainey think about your body? Post a picture of your body and let Lainey judge. 16 plus.
Can you believe that? Like, that's so ballsy of, you know what I'm saying? That is so ballsy.
Community of Onision.
Yeah, that was his form. It wasn't 18 plus, it was 16 plus until he got, didn't he change it to 18 plus eventually?
Yep.
Yeah, he changed it
These
after
are all
getting called out.
screenshots before he was getting called out.
Yeah. His documentary is on
Discovery Plus.
Discovery Plus. You can get a free week trial. Cancel it after because you can watch all of them. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And here, look, with as far as the documentary go, if you followed him from the beginning, it's a lot of stuff that you already know, and it's not. They left a lot out, but he was prepared for this to come out. He knew it was going to come out. He's been getting his little script ready. He was starting to drop videos with his script, but where they got him was with Eugenia. He did not think that they would get Eugenia. And Eugenia went on there and she did an interview. She talked about what he did to her. And that's when you could hear it in his voice. They got him. But he blamed it on Tyler.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I don't think it's being as overlooked as you might think though, Pugs Washing, because that Kai, Lainey, they come up a lot in the all of this, but that's the one place that I think that they will get them, like with Kai.
Regina, what's her name? Regina? Is it
Regina?
Regina.
Sorry.
She never had a relationship with Onision. She had a relationship with Kai.
Yeah.
It went.
Yep.
They were states away, but it went on for years, all day, every day. Inappropriate text messages with a minor, video swapping with a minor, all of it. And Regina has all of that.
Yeah, and wasn't Regina the one that wasn't she the one that got the picture that they tried to say was on Instagram and it was basically the same thing, but it was a really inappropriate photo from Kai?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like here, I'm gonna share my screen again to see if this works.
Yeah, no, God, I think that he definitely started out as the victim. I don't doubt that, but the victim is like become the predator now. It's so fucking ugh. Oh, here, chat.
So this is Kai here in the yellow, and then this is Sarah. This is the one who they said was they were foster parenting for. Now, Kai is an adult. Sarah here is about 15.
Mm-hmm.
That was the type of relationship they had at the time. It was just, and they put stuff on the internet. Oh, here's when they were in bed together, I think, what you were talking about.
Yeah, I want everybody to see this because this was when they were still young. They were laying by each other, though, but yeah.
Yeah, look who's next to her.
Yeah, they were, yes, okay. As you can tell, the blonde is Kai, the other one is Sarah. And that was when they were supposed to be fostering this child. Like, they had custody of her. Look how young she is.
These are the text messages between Kai and Regina. Why can't I say her name today? Regina.
I know, I'm having trouble too.
I love you.
I love you. Yeah, I love you. Mucho, mucho. Sigh, longing for you to be honest. Ditto, baby. Like, what the frick?
Kai even tweeted, I'm grooming Regina nicely.
Yes,
it's
yes.
Public tweet.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people thought it was all a game until these girls came out and said, "No, this all happened."
Yep.
So this is okay. This is back when Kai was Taylor before Onision gave her the name Lainey.
Yeah, that's why it's so confusing with his name.
Okay, but this is Lainey. And this was the tweet that got Onision's attention. And this was in 2012 when Lainey was 15.
Yeah, 14 or 15. I don't know. Yeah, well, if it got his attention, he had to have been 15. If I mess
These
up the
are the
pronouns
text
again,
messages.
I'm not being disrespectful. I've never watched Kai as a guy, so sometimes I do
Oh
slip up, but I
yeah.
always correct it. I don't like that.
You really think you're my soulmate? If so, what makes you feel this way? That's what he texted her.
Oh, mm-mm. I fucking
Yeah.
15.
And this creator here, this is Tamimi. She's covered the whole case really well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's got like all the. Greg came out to see Taylor, aka Lainey, in which time he rented a house so that he could see her regularly. This is the house that appeared in his videos, which people thought he was staying with his sister, the house that he filmed the Kasha videos in. So, this house. There he loves being in a dress.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
So, this is to Lainey's family. Her family tried to keep her away.
Oh,
And
you
he
want me to
would
read?
just publicly
to-
assassinate them. You can go ahead.
Yeah, or you can. I didn't know if they could see it, but you want to read it or you want me to?
Go for it, girl.
Okay, okay.
You want me
Hey.
to?
No. I was just trying to get the wind to do it. It's pretty long. Hey, in-law. Sorry you missed your ex because his blank, or I'm guessing his dick is bigger than your current boyfriend's. It's sad to know you're shallow, generally an awful person who judges their boyfriend based on superficial shit,
Shit.
and that you have no real understanding of love. I would have kept it private, but I'm tired of hearing story after story about you consistently stupid, materialistic, and horrible you are to people on a regular basis. Maybe this will be a wake up call for you to get your shit together and try being a decent human being for once in life. Also, bad idea telling us you did, I don't,
Blank. It's
oh,
like
you
a
did
drug.
illegal drugs.
Yeah.
Now your parents finally know you can do a better job saving you from or they can do a better job saving you from yourself.
That's
Sorry.
to Lainey's sister, which is like his sister-in-law. So anybody that ever tried to talk to Lainey and talk her out of it, he would publicly assassinate and go after.
Yeah.
All the time.
I don't, you live, you learn. I don't love Chris Hansen, but I will say he got the job done. Like, he did what everybody else has been trying to do for years. I don't love Chris Hansen. I even told that to staff. Like, I don't love him, but he did it. You know, I know he has his own issues, but he did it. I'm happy right now.
So these are when he would force Lainey into three-way relationships with other underage girls. That's how Lainey and Billy ended up getting together. And Billy was a girl who came into their relationship when they were married. They claimed to be in a polyamorous relationship, but Lainey was never on board with Onision being with anybody else. And I don't even think Lainey wanted to be with anyone else, but they did it because that's what Greg wanted. And it was a public, this is between Kai and Billy. It was a public shit show. What ended up happening was
Billy is a female, by the way. Sorry.
Billy's a female. What you have to keep in mind is, okay, so the girl, Sarah, who they were, quote, foster parents to, was in the house at the same time Billy came in to join this polyamorous relationship. Okay. Kai and Sarah sat Billy down and told Billy that Kai didn't want this relationship. Kai didn't want Billy and Onision to be together. Nothing. Then I guess Kai and Sarah left the house for the day, and Onision and Billy slept together. Now, when Kai came back to the house, Billy told Kai, I guess Billy was feeling bad, and Onision blamed it all on Billy. Made multiple videos about it, publicly embarrassing her. She was kicked out of the house. She was not allowed to come back again. But at the end of the day, what it was Greg wanted what he wanted. Once he slept with Billy, he didn't care anymore. He was done, and she got kicked out. Now, Sarah, the underage, this girl here was there through all of it, witnessed all of it.
Yeah. And they were supposed to be like, she had a bad home life. So they were supposed to be like a safe haven. They were going to help get her on the right track. And now he accuses her of rape. He says that she raped them. Like nowadays, that's
Sexual
what he goes.
extortion.
Yeah, sexual extortion. Yes. And
He
he'll be like,
claims that
yeah.
she said she would not sign the NDA unless she got something out of it in return. She says that she said that, but it was a joke. She was like, I was just messing around. I was like, hey, I'm not signing nothing unless I get out of it. But when she made that joke, they had already been together. So he's claiming it was sexual extortion when they had already been together. He was trying to cover his own ass.
Yeah, the timeline just doesn't, like, he had already done it. He had already, I don't know. He's one of those people that, I don't know, a lot of people started out liking him. Like a lot of us were, you know, I wasn't super young. I guess I was what, 20?
I was
20,
a Patreon of his.
Yeah, Steph, you would have had to be way younger when he first came around, though.
When he came around, I was young, yeah.
Yeah, that was his target audience, like younger people. And he used to have like a whole army. If you even said one bad thing about Onision, you get flagged, you get the comment section blown up. Now most people see through him, but he does still have a small base. He does.
Oh, he does, yeah, of supporters. And he talks to them regularly. I was new to Discord at the time, so I wasn't really in the Discord that much. But him and I, when we would talk on Skype, it was, so we're the same age, him and I, roughly, right? It was hard. I could tell it was hard for him to carry on a normal conversation, talking about politics or kids or anything like that. It was awkward. It was like pulling teeth. But he is the exact same way when I talk to him on Skype that he is in all of his videos when he's talking on a camera. He's the same person. There's no difference there.
Yeah, he's super awkward. If you have not watched him, because Stephanie Brown was talking about this too, but I wanted to part of it tomorrow night. You know what I mean? Like, wait, I don't want to share that.
Well, no, it's the link. It's the link to this video if people want to watch it. In the chat, because this goes over. It goes over everything. This actually goes over Kai's part.
Yeah, I want to.
This is the photo.
There's the thing. Yeah, there's the photo. And
now, when Kai sent this to Regina and to Sarah, this was not edited. This area here, it was out. There's also a topless one.
Yes, yes, there's a topless one and there's a pantsless one that she sent to a teenage girl. Yeah, Regina. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know, Monique, but back then people didn't really understand internet safety the way we do now. So I try to remember that when I think that, because I think that too. Like, I check my kids' phones all the time. If they get new app, you know, they have to ask me if they're allowed to request somebody as a friend. It has to be a family member or a family friend. Like, I'm very strict, but not back then, you know, parents did not understand the dangers of the internet when he started. And that worked for him.
These girls that went to his house had their parents' permission to live there. I don't know what was going on with their parents at the time. They were underage. They had no business leaving the house, let alone he would pay for their airline tickets to fly to where they are in Washington. He would pay for them to fly out there. Mm-hmm. And these parents okayed it. They let them. And this is how he would push these girls into it. You see here, he says, well, is Lainey not worth it?
Yeah, he would use Lainey as a pawn. Like, well, I can't believe you're going to break Lainey's heart. He even did that to Sarah in the beginning. He would say, I can't believe that you would do this to Lainey after everything she's done for you. Or Kai. I don't know if I don't know if he was Kai yet or not, but either way, he would use them as a pawn and say, I can't believe you're going to do this. I can't believe you met my kids. You're going to do this to my kids. Like,
this is what he would say when he's letting this other girl know that if you're going to be with Kai, you're going to be with me too. If she was worth it, you'd be all for it because you would want that. because again, that is what being worth it means. But your position is clear. It's just odd that you acted like it would work at first when you knew exactly what our intentions were before we all spoke in the first place. So this girl wanted a relationship with Kai, not Greg. And I did. I swear I did. I wouldn't have continued talking to Lainey if I didn't.
Yeah, it's where like
she was uncomfortable once Greg was involved.
Yes, and a lot of times Kai would start the conversations out on Twitter and shit, and then pull Greg in, and then make it like they always knew that's what was going to happen.
Right.
Sen, I wrote that down. Tomorrow night when Stephanie Brown comes on, I will play that video. I will go through it tonight before I go to bed and pick some parts out, because there's no way we can do all this in one night. Like, anyways, there's so much that he's done, and like for, I guess
I wonder if I'm gonna go to his.
I guess you have to put it your mind like it was a different time. So, because I really did, I thought, man, what about the parents? I don't get the parents that just let them go live there. I don't get that. But as far as like watching his videos and stuff, I mean, my mom didn't really know the internet the way we do, you know.
He preys. Well, he also preys on children who have a bad relationship at home. Like Regina comes from a good home. She was never allowed to fly out there. Her mom never allowed her to be in person with Onision and Kai. That's the only thing that kept her safe from becoming wrapped up in this. All these other girls that were involved with them, their parents, they didn't have a good home life. It was rough. Yeah. They were teenagers. And their parents let them go. So here, if you see these videos here with him in the white shirt.
Yes.
This is all when Chris Hansen came out. He started to have fake meltdowns. This is him he went to a hotel and just filmed these fake mental breakdowns like over and over and over. This video here.
Yes, is that the Patreon one? Yes, play that one. You can do the sound because he doesn't have the strike. He's never going to find me now. He doesn't have the striking tool.
Do you want me to play the sound?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, hold on. I'm going to have to, hold on a second. I have to do it again then.
That way people can kind of see, like, because he doesn't have like that striking monetization tool. That's only for money. Yeah, he can't strike me now, so we can play it.
You are so committed to censoring innocent people that you're just going to go and try to get my Patreon deleted now. Oh, you have an opinion of me, so you're just going to try and ruin my entire career. Really? Is that what you're going to do? Oh, I'm sorry. The FBI never showed up. Oh, I'm sorry. The cops are all about Onion Boy because turns out didn't break a single law. So what do? Oh, well, our opinions have been invalidated so many times of him that we're gonna disable his Patreon. Wow. Wow, you would really do that. You would really do that.
I believe part of this was real because he was freaking out.
I do too.
Tried to do the police. Didn't work. So instead,
November Rain, they've been saying that for like 10 years. He does.
You got it. You got it. All my patrons have been deleted. Are you happy? No.
Isn't this where he pours kombucha on himself?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, I do believe so.
Is this what you want, huh? Is this what you want a total meltdown?
And look at the views.
Do you like
1.4 million views.
I love kombucha.
Oh my God, I do believe not this, but some of it was real because he made a lot of money.
Smells even worse. My Patreon's deleted. My Patreon. What am I gonna do?
Watching this, I was like, he's Like, he's not,
He can't help it. He's an idiot.
he's not stupid. Like, I don't know what else to say. Oh, God.
And his fake puking.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff now.
So
I gotta mute for 1 sec. I'm sorry.
okay. So he did like, I mean, video after video after video. But if you look at the views, that's why. And nobody knew at this time if he had gotten his monetization removed. So
it's like day 6 of being kicked out of my own home. I'm living in a closet at the moment.
none of this was
Someone
true.
made an arrangement with me where I could pay them to be here.
Yeah, none of this
but
was
I
true. You
wanted
gotta keep that in mind.
talk to you guys about.
And he rambles
the
for a little
photo-
bit, and then
And-
he always ends up going meltdown mode. His
Yeah,
fake.
I hate it.
It's all fake. My Patreon's still up. It's all fake.
Oh my God.
I mean, you're
Can
talking
you
about
show
weeks
the-
of this.
Can you
Weeks
show
of
the-
this. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was gonna see if before we go, if you could show the banana song so people can understand. Like, this
Yeah.
is how he started, because I played at the beginning, but
Hey,
I don't
guys.
think that they heard it.
I'm gonna. Can you drop this link in the chat?
Mhm.
So this is the beginning of a series of videos he made regarding the Sarah situation. It explains his relationship with her. He goes into vivid detail of what was happening between them, how he cheated on Kai. If you're interested, that's the first of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14 videos. They're 10 minutes long. That's the first of a lot that he did.
Yeah,
explaining that.
yes, he definitely went to overkill for sure. Like, there's no, like, every day, sometimes 2-3 videos a day it was coming up. But this is how he got famous.
Do
For
you
those
want to
that don't
play?
know.
Okay, so if there's 86 million views on this I'm a Banana song. The reason it got popular was because it was made 11 years ago. The internet was different.
Yeah,
it was
it was
the very
different.
beginning of YouTube. And
Mhm.
Tosh.0 from Comedy Central picked him up. And they brought him on the Tosh.0 show.
Yeah, these
and
kind of
that's how
skits were real popular back then, like the rave weirdo,
weird stuff on
Tosh.0
YouTube.
shit. Yeah.
Do you want to play the I'm a Banana? Because I'm not, or do you want to play his last video? Because
Either
he
one
ends
is,
it with I'm a Banana.
yeah. The last video. This is his video.
Like his I'm done.
Yeah. Play that one.
All right.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago, Shiloh made me a promise.
Your career's been and finished. Trust me, I'm capable of it. Now I actually want to destroy you because you've destroyed me. You're done. And then you'll be left with nothing.
Shortly after the police showed up, because
And
I had
this is
called the
his
police on her,
script.
and they physically
Okay, he said
escorted
these
her out of
things
my house.
over and
But
over
as
and
I
over
said,
again.
Shiloh
It's
threatened
not
my
true.
career. She
Yes,
said she wanted
see
to
his
destroy me for
script
dumping
here?
her. She said I'd be left with nothing after she's done ruining my life. And of course, the reason the police took her away is because she threatened to take her own life because I broke up with her. And
She was
specifically stated that she was
just
going to
barely
make it look like I
18,
did
and
it,
he
i.e.
drove her
framing
to
me for
insanity.
suicide. This is on onision.com/Shiloh,
Yes,
a
he
page
did.
with tons of content that proves my innocence and proves why I left her in the first place.
It's just
But
his
to the
script.
internet, none of these facts matter. Same goes for onision.com/Sarah, where Sarah confesses that I didn't do anything illegal and that I was actually trying to defend her and take care of her, and that I was keeping her from illegal activities, that I was
And
keeping
that's
her away from drugs. and
his
so forth, and that I was
interpretation of it,
actually
but it's
keeping
not
her
what
safe
she
in general.
says.
But again, none of these facts matter. None of her admissions of what she did wrong matters. The only thing that matters is that people do not like me, and that is internet justice. Guilty until proven guilty. And even when you're proven not guilty, you're still guilty. So here's an email from YouTube essentially telling me that I can no longer make money on YouTube. It looks like they had a whole speech planned just for me, but who knows? Maybe this could be a carbon copy email of what they send a lot of people who are accused of random things. But unfortunately,
All three.
after about 14 years on the platform, because of Shiloh following through with her promise to destroy my life, destroy my career, leave me with nothing.
He blames it on Shiloh.
Telling me that everything
I
I've worked
know.
for has come to an end. And even though she was hauled away by the police, even though the police have repeatedly sided with me whenever she
He
and I
would
had a
intimidate
dispute,
them,
all you have to
Ash.
do is
You're
type
right.
in Shiloh lies.
Yes,
and
he did.
multiple videos about how problematic she is, how dishonest she is, how disturbingly unstable she is. None of this matters. So I know
What he
in
did to
Shiloh's
Sarah.
head, this is justice to her, that she can punish the man who dumped her for cheating on him and getting pregnant with someone else's baby.
He is a brat,
She can
Monique.
now
He
ruin
is.
his life on top of everything else she's already done. And with that being
know,
said,
Pug's
I'm
watching,
going to go
right?
ahead and part ways with y'all. Thank you to everyone who loved me and showed me support through all my antics. Farewell.
Oh crap! I thought he ended it. He did say.
He did. And what
Why
did he
did-
edit the video?
I guess.
I'm a banana.
There we go.
I'm a banana. I'm a banana. Look at me, man. I'm a banana. I'm a banana.
I hate this song so much.
Oh my God, I do too. I just wanted people to see where he started, but I hate this song. You can like turn it off. They seem I can't look. I did that at the beginning too. It's so November Rain, we are definitely I'm gonna do it. Hey Lanky.
Yeah,
He is
November Rain, if you have any questions when you're going down that rabbit hole, get at me.
Yeah, and I'm still like I'm not done even talking about it. I have so like I just don't know. Okay, because if you there's a lot of people in here that there's way more than I thought like wouldn't know the beginning stages of everything. You know what I mean? I didn't realize that a lot of people didn't know who Onision was.
Well, maybe we should write like a I don't know, plan it better, like where we have like from beginning.
Yeah, I was just gonna talk about it because I
Yeah.
didn't know, but since I know now that there are more people that don't, because when I asked, I think there were different people in the chat. You know what I mean? So everybody put one. Yeah, I know who he is. So I didn't plan on going through the history, or I would have done that tonight. Does that make sense? Like I would have went that route, but tonight I just wanted to like kind of go through it and talk about it. But it turns out a lot of people don't know who this weirdo is. So I didn't want to like it's
No, I get it.
I want to talk about the little cult thing tomorrow too. Like he tried to literally start a fucking cult, you guys, and a couple people fell for it. Like,
lots of people fell for it. That's the thing. Like on the internet, you can get a large amount of people to fall for just about anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for me personally, like I was in his Patreon. Like I didn't think what was happening on the internet was happening in like I didn't think that's who he was.
Right.
But then once it became clear that it was Sarah's the one that got me to be like, holy shit, because I guess I just believed what he was saying at the time. But then once Sarah came out and she had like valid and provable things that have happened to her and what she said happened in that house firsthand.
Yes.
Because before her, it was just accusations coming from every other place, from random people online, acting like they know what he's all about or what he's been doing. It was nothing, you hear shit about people all the time.
Yeah, there was no proof, nothing to like hold on to, so to speak. Like it was just random girls that he said, well, we didn't want to date them, so they got butthurt. And you don't know. Like you're just hey,
Sorry. November Rain, the commentary channels on YouTube have done a really good job of covering this from the beginning. Also, there is a Discovery streaming service. It's called Discovery Plus. They just did it's like a light documentary on it. It doesn't go into everything, but if you follow their train, like of their timeline, and you can dig into further each part of that timeline, then you'll pretty much you'll be able to find everything on it.
Morris, I don't know.
Morris,
I don't know that people were having that problem. Like, tried to leave and come back. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. Sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
you're fine. Did you put the links that I put in the private chat in the main chat?
Yeah, and I'll
Okay.
put it again. And then
Okay.
also, I will do a timeline tomorrow. We can do one tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
we
can
can work
actually,
on it together if you want.
yeah, for sure. We can do a voice chat and figure it
Yeah.
out. And then, anything that we talked about, I will also make sure that I put under this live so that you guys can go like watch it for yourself. You know what I mean?
The first link there is her name is Taymimi. She's a commentary channel and she's been in it for a couple of years now. She's even Blair White did an interview with Sarah. Sarah did an interview with Blair White. That was one of the first interviews that she did with somebody on YouTube. Because Sarah's done a couple.
Yes, Lanky, to answer your question, and I will post that too. I love Blair White. She's great.
She's awesome.
Lanky, I know, I love her. Lanky, he is on YouTube, but the thing is that why we're kind of talking about him is there was a new documentary recently, right? Right? And he got demonetized. Chris Hansen did a whole segment on here on YouTube with him, which I will also link. I know not everybody's a Chris Hansen fan, but I do feel like it gives you a feel for the victims of Onision and Kai, along with this documentary, because a lot of them did. I mean, I know not everybody's a Rapazion fan, but he did the Onision files, and that was really detailed and good, really good. He did like a whole timeline, and he did the Kai files too. So
yeah, that's
you know,
the documentary.
Yeah,
Onision in real life.
Yeah.
Oh no,
And
is it not showing?
wait. Oh, I can link it too. Yeah.
Okay, here, I'll get the copy.
Okay.
It's just an article. But the name of it in Discovery Plus is Onision in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Hansen, okay. I wouldn't say he stole a lot of people's work because every person that he had on his YouTube channel got on there to tell what they've been working on for X amount of years, to tell the story of Onision, to get it to a bigger audience. That's what they all said they were going on there for.
Yeah, I mean, not to be fair. Yeah, that's how.
Yeah,
I don't love Chris, but he didn't steal it. Like he
didn't,
in my opinion, everybody's allowed to have opinion. Yeah.
And if their goal is what they said their goal was, which was to get to a wider audience, then they needed to go to Chris Hansen.
I mean, yeah,
if they had other monetary goals, that's different. Then yeah, I would say that he took a lot of work and capitalized on it. But Chris Hansen has a name, and he's done decades of work to get that name, and that's what I mean. At the end of the day, he lost his monetization because of this series.
Yeah, no, Sten, I do agree with you. But on the other hand, everybody obtained the goal that they said they wanted now. I mean, Robson even said, like, I'm done. I feel like a chapter's closed. I'm in shock. You know, I can't believe it took this. But he even kind of gave, after all the criticism, he did give Chris Hansen crap. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them did. But I do understand they've been working on this, some of them for like 8-9 years. Working and getting this done.
Or Repzilla, I think, or Repzion. I think it's almost been a decade. And Onision took Repzion and Chris Hansen to court together.
Yeah, there was a wrong Chris Hansen. Remember, he got the wrong Chris Hansen at court he served the wrong Chris Hansen the first time, or got the wrong Chris Hansen served.
Yeah, he did. He sent it to the wrong person.
Yes, but I
didn't even get it right.
Like
he never got it right. But they showed up because they knew he was looking for Chris Hansen. He never actually got it right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. He just knew about it because Onision bragged about it. That's right.
Right.
And tomorrow we can even play part the how he acted in court, because he dismissed it all, right? After he dropped in court, he dropped it. And I will look for that footage if you guys want. I'm sorry, I really did not. When I put it in chat, you know, if you know who Onision is, put a 1. Everybody put a 1. I would have definitely went way back further, you know, for things if I had known that many people didn't know who he was.
Yeah. I'll actually there's one creator, he's not a big one, but he was involved in the Chris Hansen and Chris Hansen's, I guess, the guy who was helping him on YouTube at the time. They were striking people left and right in the TCAP community.
Yes.
There's a guy, I can't remember what his channel is. I'll figure it out, but he Westmost Most he was at the courthouse. He went to the courthouse during it. So I'll put that name. I'll put the links to his in your. So that's the footage from the courtroom.
Okay, yeah, we'll get that tomorrow, and I will pull up some. I mean, because we can pull up like Ash at the locale threads,
Yep.
and then we can pull up some Reddit threads, and we can go way, way, way back tomorrow. I'm actually writing ideas down right now.
Vincent Nicotra. That was his name. Vincent Nicotra. So, like, there's a whole mess of Chris Hansen when he first came to YouTube.
Yeah.
There was a TCAP, To Catch a Predator community. They call themselves the TCAP community, and they do reactions to Catch a Predator episodes. Well, when Chris Hansen came onto the platform, he had somebody named Vincent Nicotra who was, I guess, helping him ease into YouTube. He told Chris Hansen that you strike anybody that uses your content. And so Vincent Nicotra was striking all of these channels in the TCAP community for using Chris Hansen's content. That was all Vincent Nicotra.
Yeah,
and so
and he
there's
tried
been
to
a
strike.
war, going on between them for a long time.
Yeah, and then there's Chris Hansen's first channel got taken down because he tried to strike like How to Catch a Predator. Remember that? Like, something to do with he tried to strike the How to Catch Predator, but that belongs to CBS or whatever, or whoever did it.
Yeah,
that
that's what I was
belongs to
talking
the
about.
network. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was and Vincent Nicotra was this, like, pretty much Chris Hansen's YouTube person. He was doxing people in the TCAP community. He would dox them if they tried to fight these copyright strikes. It got nasty.
Yeah, and he like fucked the laptop up. The only evidence that they had, physically had on Onision.
He never took it to the FBI.
Yeah, never took it to the FBI, and he just left it and then gave it back to her. So you can't do that. It already switched hands. Like, they can't, you know what I mean? They fucked it all up. So
bad,
yeah,
real bad.
Is there November Rain? Is there anything, or anybody that hasn't heard of him, is there anything specific that we talked about tonight that you would like us to go more into tomorrow? Because I mean, I'll be glad to do whatever. I'm gonna start from the beginning tomorrow. I'm probably gonna set it up like so we can do like it's gonna take at least 2 hours if we're gonna go from the beginning.
At least. Yeah, at least.
Yeah. It's a school night. My kids go to bed, or they at least start laying down around 8. So, probably like 8:30. And I mean, get your popcorn because it's not something that's going to take it'll probably closer to 3 hours.
BTS, was he telling his stories of his own sexual assault, or was he talking about his dad assaulting somebody? Because I don't remember Onision claiming to be sexually assaulted.
No, wasn't his dad supposed to be some sexual predator, though?
Yeah, not to him, though, but to another family member. He said his dad didn't like boys. It was girls. And then his dad actually spoke about that on the Discovery Plus interview.
Yeah. Okay, well, if you, November Rain, if anything comes up before my live, just put it under this live, and I'll be happy to, help answer it if I can't answer it or point in the right direction. But I'm gonna under this video I'm gonna put the Onision files from Revsion because that's really detailed and goes into a lot of, it's like from start to finish. There's 2 of them, and then there's the Kai files, and then I'm gonna put some of the commentary. Like she said, the commentary community has been on top of this, and they have done a fucking wonderful job of keeping track of all things.
All right, I'll look that up, BTS. I didn't know. I'll look it up. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, no problem, November Rain. All right, well, I'm gonna get busy. I'm probably gonna get in a voice chat with Steph so that we can figure out where we're gonna start. I'm not kidding. This is like a rabbit hole from hell, literally from hell.
It's endless. It's endless.
It is. I'll schedule it ahead of time so that people like November Rain and all you guys can hit the bell and be there and stuff. So thank you guys for hanging out.
Yeah,
bye,
thanks
guys.
for coming.
Thanks, Steph. Thank you so much. Yes,
yeah,
thank
honey.
you so much for your help.
I'm gonna hop up. Say bye. Bye, chat.
Bye. Yes, I will, BTS. I'll put a trigger warning. Bye.